These are players' comments on the latest Adopt Me leaks, and they're all showing why players don't like Adopt Me updates anymore. So today I'm going to be going through all of the leaks for this week's update and telling you why players aren't happy with them, and even showing some of your comments on these updates. Let's get started. To start off with, let's actually talk about what the last month's worth of updates has been. It has been the Galactic Pass, Sean's UFO, and all of the pets that have been added in. There have been 6 pets in this update. And if we go to our journal, pets, and origin, we'll be able to see that under Galactic Update, we can see Celestial 2024, there's been 6 pets that have been put into the game, all of which are pretty awesome. But players, I mean, to put it softly, players are kind of sick of it. It's been 4 whole weeks worth of updates where the only thing each week has been like a new toy and 1 new pet. And I personally haven't had a problem with it. I think it's a pretty unique update. But I'm also going to be telling you today why this is kind of happening and why they're doing it this way. Also, once this update leaves, it's not actually going to leave. Adopt Me has leaked that when the UFO flies off, it's actually going to fly all the way up here and then crash land into the water right here, Pretzel Army. And we know this from the tweet that they showed just the other day. If we go onto their main profile on Twitter, we can see this leak right here, where we can literally see a UFO breakdown where the UFO has crash landed in the exact spot that I'm showing you right now. We can see this is the spot, and there is the big lighthouse up there. And if we check this out, we can see it is exactly the same. So that is how we know that this update is coming. But also they then went on and did the Galactic Moth and things like that. And then they've shown 2 new leaks for a new pet and a new area. They posted this. Get your flippers ready with all of this. There's cranky coins, which are going to be awesome. Let me actually full screen it. So we start off with a little panning image of just like an underwater area, which is pretty awesome. We could also see this in the background right here, and that is actually identical to these little boys that are on the side of this ship. So my speculation is that it's either going to be in this area in the main center, which it's definitely not because it's underwater, but what will happen is we'll have a boat in Adopt Me underwater. So this whole underwater area here will actually be submerged all the way under the map, like all the way down here. It's just going to be super duper deep water where this whole event will be, and then a boat will be submerged underneath that we'll be able to go in and out from as the shop. That's like all that information. I literally just got it from seeing this little boy in the background. Now, if we keep on going through, we can see cranky coins are coming into the game. And we can also see some of this update is going to be above water. So we can see this sort of section, it's underwater, and then above water, we've got the cranky coins sign. And if we keep on going, we can see a boat that is going to be around this update. And we can also see the location of this update, which is awesome. The location is actually around here as well. The 2 different areas that it could be is over here or over on this side. And we know that it's over on this side because from this area, if we look through the red bridge, we can actually see the grocery shop. Whereas on this side, it's just rocks. And if we look at this video once again, we can see it is just rocks from that angle. So the update, so like the camera angle was about here, and we get those rocks in the background. So the update is going to be here, but that's in the exact same spot as the UFO. So Adopt Me players are really confused about this update, and that's one of the things that some people are not very happy about. We can see what happened to Sean's UFO being broken in that spot. People are sort of just like kind of confused about what's happening, and people aren't very happy that they don't know what's happening. Like, it's kind of like really weird that they're not really telling us what this update is, but I have a feeling more leaks will surface really soon. And actually during this video, I'm going to be telling you what's happening. All right, this is day 2 Presley, just with some more info about this update. So we actually can see one of these awesome pets and another one, which I'll show you later. But this is Matt sort of just talking about the update, and we can see a little thing sort of as we go through about this update. He talks a lot. We do see something there, which I'll show you later, but this is sort of a zoomed in area of what this update will look like. So right here, we can literally see for 2 seconds this little zoom in. We can see a little boat, a mini game area. So this update is definitely going to have a mini game and its own form of currency which will be awesome. And that mini game, you can sort of jump into it and they'll have a countdown because there's that red circle. And it will probably be like scuba diving or fishing, where you have to go scuba dive for abalone or something like that. Or you just go fishing off the side of this boat, which will be awesome. All right, back to yesterday, Prezley, to give you some more news, but I'll be back. Don't worry. One of the replies to this comment was, I think the broken part of Sean's UFO that was shown in a video days before will surely be at the entrance of the event as decoration. And who knows, maybe in the future, we will know why that piece is there. So players are kind of just like, oh, come on, I wish Adopt Me would tell us what's happening, but also they'll tell us eventually. Right? But if we keep on going through, we can see the boat and also the dive boat. So that's how we really know that this whole event's going to be underwater, because there's a diving boat that we'll be able to like dive underwater. And I have a feeling that's going to be a mini game, a diving mini game where we have to collect as many seashells as possible from like the bottom of an ocean floor. That would be really cool. But the dive boat, and that is all the leaks we have of this update. At least in this video. I'll show you even more really, really soon. But we can see the cranky coins and all of this underwater fun right here. So that update most likely is going to happen right here this Friday. And the reason we know it's going to be happening this Friday is because Adopt Me always updates on Fridays or Saturdays, depending on where you live and what time zone you're in. But the main thing is that Adopt Me never leaks an update like over a week before. They used to do like leaks 3 weeks in advance, but now they're literally only doing them on the week that the update is coming out. So we know that this week we are getting the UFO leaving and crash landing here, as well as a whole area underwater. And hopefully it'll be a live event where we'll be able to come right to here, watch Sean jump into his newly fixed UFO, and then watch it take off and then crash land every single Adopt Me player in real time. I think that'll be really, really awesome. Another live event would be so good because it hasn't happened in ages. Adopt Me hasn't done live events in ages, which is so crazy because Adopt Me had their most amount of players on at one time when they had a live event. Always when they've got the live event, it's like their most amount of players ever. So I don't know why they don't do them more often. Maybe because they used to be breaking Roblox every time. That's probably why. But that's the event that's going to be happening. It's going to crash land. But let me show you some comments. So we've already seen that one. But this person is kind of upset. Why is there events back to back? Can't we get a break? I have other stuff to do on the game. I can't even get my house decorated, having to constantly do event tasks. Jeez. And then we can see the replies are just like, I hate it too. Like if you don't play, you'll be behind and not have the pet/collections items or in-game bucks. It sucks. So people are kind of upset about that. Like there's just so much to do that you don't get it unless you're like literally addicted to the game and playing it forever. You don't have enough time to do anything else. Some people are kind of like, bro, literally playing Adopt Me as if their life depends on it. But other people are kind of upset as well. But also a lot of people are like, bro, you don't have to. It's not your full-time job. You don't have to be playing it. No one's forcing you to play it. And I kind of see two sides of this argument here. Like this girl's like, come on, there's just so much. I want to keep up while just playing casually. I love this game. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I want to be doing everything, but I can't because there's so much. And I don't have the time that it takes to actually do everything. So that's kind of where she's coming from. But then everybody else is like, it doesn't really matter if you don't get everything. It's sort of just, and I'm assuming all these people kind of don't really play Adopt Me too much, but it's just like two different perspectives. And on this channel, whatever I'm covering, like, I guess drama, it's not really drama, but it's kind of drama. The reason that I kind of do these is to show all perspectives so that you guys know everything about the update. And if you want more videos like that, where I just tell you everything, let me know down in the comments below and by hitting that subscribe button so you'll be able to see these videos all the time. But here's a list of pets that could be in the update. And that's an awesome list, which I'll go over really, really soon. But you guys all love ocean eggs, right? Like ocean eggs are the best. And I have a feeling Adopt Me might be adding in an ocean egg update. So the main thing that this update looks like is just a really, really cool summer update. But also, we know it's not going to be a summer update because we've already had the summer update this year. They're not going to do a second one. Well, I think that Adopt Me is going to be doing another limited time event with the pets. Like how they did the Fossil Isle update, or the Fossil Isle 2, where it was like mining simulator, where you mined around a couple months ago. You guys all remember that. I have a feeling they're just going to be doing that again, but with the ocean eggs, which would be really, really cool. Hence the diving area, where you'll be able to dive down and collect different things, like how you are able to collect fossils and then use those fossils to like make the pets. I have a feeling you're going to be able to do the same thing with like pets and stuff down in this ocean area. And let me show you a picture of all of these pets that this person thinks could be in the update. We're starting with the sea slug, which would be adorable. I love these little guys, and I think maybe Adopt Me could do like a sea slug box, because there's just so many different colors and different shapes. I have a feeling there's just so many things Adopt Me could do with the sea slug pet, and there's so many different types. I would love for Adopt Me to add that in. Next up is a sea snail, which looks like a normal snail, but just way prettier. I mean, look at that. That looks so cool. And also, like, they've got more unique colors and also more unique shells. I think Adopt Me could really put some detail into that pet. Next up is a cuttlefish, which, I mean, it just looks so cool. Cuttlefish, I mean, they're sick, let's be honest. And also, again, with the colors, there's some really unique colors that Adopt Me could use to make this pet super pretty. I have a feeling that Adopt Me will probably do like this sort of color with the pink and the blue and the green all sort of merged together with a nice gradient. I have a feeling that's what Adopt Me will do. Next up is a sea turtle, which, I mean, we've got the turtle pet, but a sea turtle pet would be really, really awesome. I mean, look at all of these. That's just so awesome. Next up, a blue tang, which is literally Dory. It is a Dory pet. And look, this person even got a photo of a blue tang and a clownfish just swimming along together. That's adorable. But literally, it is the Dory pet. I mean, that would be so cool. Next up is a coral reef snake, which, I mean, really looks like the snake that they added in recently. But also, it's kind of unique. We can also see this one that's like Beetlejuice stripes. That's so cool. Next up, butterfly fish. I mean, this is the Bubbles fish from Finding Nemo. Again, I mean, look at it. And I'm pretty sure it's also the fish at the beginning, the little annoying one. The annoying kid fish from the very beginning. That's definitely it, right? Let's go. Butterfly fish, Nemo. Let's go. I was right. Yeah, this guy. Tad. That little guy. Oh my gosh. Next up, a whale shark. That would be absolutely awesome. I would love for a whale shark to be in Adopt Me. I mean, just look at how massive these things are. Imagine if Adopt Me actually adds in life-size whale sharks. That would be massive. Next up, we've got thresher sharks, which is sort of a weird-looking shark. I mean, look at this guy. He looks so confused, bro. Which, I mean, also is just really awesome. Bit creepier, but also I would rather the thresher shark just because it looks cute. The comb jellies would be so cool. I mean, look at this little guy. There's one in Octonauts. Let's go. Octonauts is the best TV show, literally. All right, then the gulper eel, which just is creepy. I mean, it's an eel with a massive jaw, like bigger than a pelican. That's insane. Sea cucumber, nice, chill. And I mean, just look at the guy. Look at the little guy. It's like a massive sea slug. And then the harp seal, which, I mean, Adopt Me has to add in. Look at this little guy. Look at those eyes. Those are eyes that you have to add to Adopt Me. I mean, they're already Adopt Me eyes. Next up is the vaquita, which I think is a different type of shark type of dolphin. I've actually never heard of this, but it looks like a fancy looking dolphin, I would say. All right, next up is sea urchins, which I can just imagine these guys rolling next to you in Adopt Me. That's so cool. All right, speaking of sea urchins, Adopt Me is literally putting in a sea urchin pet. It is crazy. This is a common pet, the first pet they've leaked of this set, and it's absolutely adorable. Look at it floating around. And like I said, literally, what did I say yesterday? Something about I can imagine a sea urchin rolling around next to me. Bam. I'm a massive, mega-minded genius, Pretzel Army, because it's actually being put into game, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait for this. This just looks so cool. And that is officially all of the news. But I've also got some more stuff that I showed you yesterday that you don't want to miss out on. And of course, the classic blobfish. I mean, look at this guy. That's pretty cool. And I also want to talk about your opinions on these updates. Last week, I talked about Adopt Me adding in like a purple phoenix, and now I want to talk about what your ideas. So I Kitty Cat Paw says, I kind of miss when Adopt Me only did updates every few weeks. I know that period was really short-lived, but it honestly made the updates feel so much more exciting and meaningful. The updates were usually much better too, and we looked forward to them. But now, I feel like they're just adding random things for the sake of adding new things. And new pets every week, it's going to become almost impossible for newer players to keep up with older players, especially those without Robux. This is just my opinion as a long-time player, but I think they should go back to not updating the game weekly. And I did write a reply to this, but I was just like going back and forth on what to say about it. I mean, they're completely right. There's so much stuff, but also it's really hard to find a balance. And I think Adopt Me is doing that in adding way more stuff or way little stuff, trying to find a balance in how much stuff they should add to satisfy older players, to satisfy newer players, to satisfy players that aren't playing the game very much, and to satisfy players that are playing all day, every day, making sure everyone has something to do. And I think it's a really, really tricky thing to sort of like balance out. And I think Adopt Me are working on it at the moment. And I have a feeling that over the next few months, they're going to perfect it so that everyone's super happy with the updates. Because, I mean, it's Adopt Me. We all love it. And they've been experimenting this whole time. Every new update is a cool experiment. Then we've got my opinion. I think they're running out of ideas and don't know what to do. Or they don't have that much time making some of these updates. Because you got to remember, the people making these are real people with a real life behind everything. So they won't always have the time to make big updates. That is true. But also, it's not like it's their hobby. It's these people's full-time job. I think that's a really cool metaphor, but then they've also got an opinion on the subscription, which I mean, if you've got any thoughts about the Adopt Me Pets Plus subscription, let me know down in the comments below, because I really want to hear what you have to say, and I might show you a comment. I'm showing all of the long comments from that video right now. They're saying, it's kind of annoys me that people are freaking out over it. Like other games making subscriptions, Maple Hospital subscription isn't worth anything. You get all the game passes and that's about it. They probably wanted to add something fun. They also did add the Robux item. I think the subscription is pretty cool. You get some cool stuff every month. And I think a lot of the other stuff, and before someone replies, just use an old account to equip 2 pets. Yes, but some people don't have access to a different device. Also, having an old account to equip 2 pets is really annoying sometimes. I agree with that, because the second you drop the pet, it just teleports right back to the other person. Hope you enjoy reading my opinions. I did enjoy it, Shroom Slayer. I very much did. So please let me know your thoughts. Down in the comments below. And maybe even, if we're lucky enough, this update will have a new type of ocean egg. That'll be so cool. I'll see you in the next one. Have the best day ever. Peace!